Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Daybreak podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Daybreak. Today, I'm really excited to interview my friends Therese and Frederick from Laser Focused Expressions. I'm really happy I didn't screw up your guys' names. I have a tendency to do that when I start every episode. So we're off to a good start so far. Yeah. Like I said, my name is Kyle Daybreak. I'm the founder and president of Daybreak Enterprises here in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going to just start with our quick ad read. Today's episode is brought to you by Daybreak Enterprises, headquartered here in sunny Cleveland, Ohio. Daybreak Enterprises is a custom apparel company specializing in screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and custom tie-dyed apparel. From beer league softball jerseys, event apparel, to large corporate accounts, Daybreak has solutions for everybody. Are you or your organization interested in getting some new apparel made? Head over to daybreakenterprises.com today to browse their portfolio and get inspiration for your next project. Again, that's daybreakenterprises.com to get started on your next custom apparel project. So I'm really excited for this episode. I was writing a script and everything, and was thinking about all the questions I have to ask you guys because I got a lot of them. You guys are pretty awesome with your business and your setup and everything, and we first met you. I first met you guys at the 2025 Cleveland Oktoberfest. And you guys were kind of set up right across from me. And I was initially really blown away by your guys' setup because you guys really go all out with your setup and everything that you bring, and you guys really like bring all your equipment and have just a really awesome setup. It's funny, like I feel like I'm doing the bare minimum with my setup to make it as easy as possible, and you guys are kind of the opposite. You guys really go all out, and I was just really impressed by how ambitious you guys are, and that's why I wanted to kind of become friends with you guys, because I appreciate and respect other people that are ambitious and stuff like that. So I'm going to shut up for a second, and I want you guys to kind of just tell us just about like you guys and your upbringing and like where you're from and how you guys met each other and like all that kind of like
That's an
basic
embarrassing
stuff.
story, though.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Oh no.
It's really embarrassing.
We may have to circle back to that one, but so I started our business in about 2019, right before COVID hit, and I was really interested in laser engravers and wanted to do something with a personalized or a handwritten recipe from my grandma who had passed away. So I ended up purchasing a desktop laser engraver, and the interest from there just kind of exploded. Started selling things on Etsy, a lot of like wood products, the cutting boards, coasters, tumblers, things like that. But things didn't really take off until we met and wanted to get a little bit more into this. But last year, the solar eclipse was coming through Cleveland, specifically through our town, Avon Lake, and we kind of saw technology changing in the market, to where it was starting to seem like it would be easier to personalize items on the spot at shows. So that was really the hold up from me going to craft shows and things, because I didn't want to hold inventory hoping that somebody would buy something. So we had this idea of, okay, well, if the laser engravers are getting smaller, more portable, maybe we can engrave something on the spot, make something with somebody's name on it right there, and then you're holding less inventory. You're just holding your raw material inventory. So the solar eclipse was coming through. We set up a table at our front yard, I thought, oh, I think hats are kind of cool right now. A lot of people wear hats. Let's make some custom hats. So we got some Richardson 112, a couple like ladies hats, maybe like 10 different styles and colors, and we thought we had a lot of hats. We set up in our front yard, and people bought our stuff.
I thought we were too focused on hats.
We we were selling hats from our front yard, custom hats, and then the idea just sparked from there. Like, okay, well maybe we've got something here
Yeah.
where we can show up somewhere. We just have our raw materials there. We customize something right there on the spot, give people that instant gratification, and really bring an experience to the show where they get to pick what they want, they get exactly what they want, and so that's kind of where it started. For us to be able to go to live events, festivals, and bring our whole show with us. And like you said, we don't do anything small or part way. We like to go all in and bring our best effort in anything we do.
Yeah, that's like the most like one of the most American things I've ever heard. You guys just setting up shop in your front yard
Yeah,
and just
and
like
we sold hats on our front lawn.
yeah, like you had like a custom hat lemonade stand in your front yard
Yep.
and like people and it worked and it's like that's just America, man. Like people
We hired a couple of 7-year-olds.
yeah, that's so amazing. I love that. So this is a question that I actually like just thought of that I added to my script here. Now, is there's definitely like some uh tangible computer skills necessary to do what we do. Were you kind of like did you ever have any like formal training with like the Adobe software or
Oh,
like
that's interesting. I
or
used
like
Adobe Photoshop in 1990 or 91. I started. I was in college. I was a computer science major at the time, and that's the start of Adobe Photoshop, really.
wow.
And I became pretty proficient in it at the time.
Wow. So
And
okay, so that's good. So you kind of brought some skills to the table
well, I
right there.
hadn't after that foray in Adobe Photoshop, the creativity in college, I didn't touch it again until last year.
Hmm.
And so Photoshop has come a long way, but I became proficient again in it.
Hmm.
But it's not like I never used it before.
Yeah. Yeah. So Therese, is that do you have like some of those skills too with Photoshop and Illustrator? What do you
Yeah,
guys use? Are you guys
yeah,
She's an illustrator.
yeah.
I'm a Photoshop.
yeah. So we're kind of trying to master individually different things. So when we come together, we've got, kind of all the experience. So he's mastering Photoshop, and I've got Illustrator. And then each piece of equipment that we have has different RIP software, different types of software for sending the designs to the machine. So we both have to know all of those, or we're training somebody to be able to know how to use those. So we've got the design software sort of under wraps, but for everything else, we have to know how to run each machine. And I do have the engineering background, so do have technical
Well,
background
nobody
of
knows
it. Yeah.
that. Why don't you
Oh,
talk about your background?
I'm an
Yeah,
engineer.
totally.
I have a chemical engineering degree from Youngstown, and I went to school there, swam there all 4 years. So it's pretty cool. And then I have a master's in engineering management as well from Ohio University,
Wow.
and love to figure out problems, solve difficult things. There's a lot of hard challenges, um,
And where are you from?
and I'm from Cincinnati.
It's good to know. I'm from the New York City metro area. Maybe you can
Yeah.
tell. I'm sick, but you can tell. And I moved here about a year and a half to do this with her. But in that area, I was a practicing trial attorney. And
Gosh.
so my background is went to I got my degree ultimately in economics from Fordham in New York City, and I also have a degree in music composition from Juilliard at the same time there,
Holy
a joint
crap.
joint program. And then I went to law school and was not creative for 25 years while I practiced trial law. I was a
Wow.
criminal defense attorney, and I did medical malpractice and complex civil litigation for a long time.
Yeah, so you guys have quite the formal education. That's this might be a kind of stupid question, but like, are you guys are lovers? Are you guys business partners? Or both? Are you guys married? Like,
All the above.
to those who are listening that didn't know what we were talking about, I just want to backtrack real quick. So, we were talking about some software, Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Those are both graphic design softwares. Now, Adobe Illustrator is more like strictly graphic design. Photoshop is kind of graphic design, but also like photograph editing and stuff like that. And to run these kind of businesses, we have to be fairly proficient in those softwares in order to turn regular images into graphics that are usable to be printed on apparel and hats and embroidered and stuff like that. So you guys are talking about, trying to be proficient in both of those. And I've kind of started myself. I've kind of backtracked a little bit and started saying, okay, I'm going to I kind of learned, it's like, I've kind of learned how to get by with Illustrator from like a top down approach, but I want to learn it from a bottom up approach and like learn how to use the software the correct way. And so I'm actually like taking classes for starting with Illustrator because that's kind of what I use the most. And then I'll be moving on to Photoshop, and just kind of getting more of like a formal like training with it and actually like knowing, how to use the software the right way. It's I kind of look at it like, if you have a car and like the radiator goes bad, it's like, yeah, you can learn how to replace the radiator, but it's probably good that you like learn how like the engine works and the transmission works and the brakes work, and kind of like learn how everything in the car works. Because it is all like one system. And so yeah, I've kind of done, I've kind of, made an effort to kind of, the great thing is like YouTube University is awesome. And like there's tons of free videos and really in-depth free videos as far as like tutorials and stuff like that. So I'm starting to like get more educated formally with Illustrator, and then I'll kind of move on to Photoshop as well. But what do you guys find yourself using more?
Well,
We use Photoshop a lot, and
Yeah.
Illustrator a lot, but they're good for different things,
Yeah.
and they're necessary. You need to use both of them.
Yeah, exactly. And Photoshop, I'm like pretty clueless. I can do like some things. Illustrator, I'm like less clueless and like can use it and be okay with it. But I want to really like learn, I want to learn the whole program and like learn how you're like really supposed to use it and stuff like that.
No,
All right.
Photoshop does stuff that Illustrator can't, and so
Yeah.
you need Photoshop sometimes, and vice versa.
yep,
Yeah.
So
Totally.
they each have their own thing.
strength.
So you kind of touched on like who your initial like clientele was. Was there like at first was there like a certain clientele that you guys were like going after? Did you guys kind of have your eyes on like a certain clientele, or were you kind of just like,
Not really. It's just, I mean, we were just, I was personally surprised that the hats did so well. When we first we set up a lot of things, and I thought we were hat heavy because we had probably like 10 hats out,
Hmm.
something like that. And I looked at them like, wow, we have a lot of hats. That's what I thought at the time. And I was surprised that what we sold was hats. And then our second event after the after the lemonade stand, yeah, the hats did well again. They continued to be our number one seller.
yeah, that's crazy because I've always struggled to sell hats, and maybe that's just my fault and the designs just aren't good. But
Well, remember, we're doing custom designs on the
yeah,
spot. Everything we do is set up from the ground up to be on the spot.
yeah,
And so we're giving people everything they want in an instant. It's instant gratification.
Yep. So it's really focused on like who would buy our product? Somebody that wears a hat or somebody that knows somebody that would wear a hat.
yeah,
And then the design is then up to the buyer. Do they want their car, their dog, their kid, a loved one that passed away, their business logo? So we have a unique opportunity where we're not just one thing. We're not just we can't just go just to cultural type events, or we can't go to only dog shows. We can show up to any type of event, a business event, a wedding, an Irish show, a dog show, and we're ready to sell products to those types of people because we just have the base product, and then we're putting whatever they want on it.
yeah. Now, obviously, like being fully custom, you guys have to charge more, and
Mhm.
is that like a barrier for you guys when you have
Well,
to?
sometimes, but we became Richardson dealers. Um, we are official dealers of all the hats we carry, essentially. So we it lowers our costs to get in, and we do try and keep our prices not too above what people normally sell the hats for. So these hats will normally, without customization, go for $30
Yeah,
for a high-end Richardson. And so when we charge $39, I think a lot of people think it's a value.
yeah, that is good. That's a good, yeah. Um,
That's where our
like,
prices start for like a simple design. We have a lot of upgrades now.
yeah, yeah. I know, like, um, at a lot of our shows, like our pricing is pretty fair, but even if we bump certain designs up to like $30 for a T-shirt, people will start giving us a hard time about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. Like I understand, it's like people go to people they'll look at like let me try. I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to say this. So like they'll look at like a T-shirt at Walmart, and then they'll look at like one of our T-shirts, and yeah, they like the design more on our T-shirts, but they kind of just look at our shirts as just like another T-shirt that's the same thing as that T-shirt at Walmart, even though, but
They
like,
do, yeah.
but what we're really, but it's like they don't want to pay more for the better design. They don't want to pay more for the better artwork, and it's like that's what they're paying more for. They're paying more for our T-shirts because our artwork is awesome, and like,
Or
but
the
they don't.
quality of the silk screen.
Yeah, exactly. But
They
it's
don't
like,
care about that,
but
right?
they just see it. They just see another T-shirt with a
Right.
design that they like, and they don't want to. It's like people. I've noticed young people. This doesn't apply, but like our older clients,
Yeah.
our older customers, they just see another T-shirt. They see a T-shirt that they like, and they don't understand why it's not $15 like the shirt at Walmart. And
I
it's
can tell
like,
you who's not our customer
yeah,
instantly. A
yeah,
senior citizen who asks how much the hat is.
yeah,
You
yeah,
forget it, walk away.
yeah. It's hard,
No
and
matter what we say, it's always too much.
yeah, exactly. They just don't maybe necessarily understand. Like, okay, well, this hat is fully custom. Like, that's gonna cost you
Most
more
people
money.
understand. For every one person that complains that our prices may be too high for the hats, 10 people probably tell us that they're too low.
Yeah,
So we're comfortable.
Yeah. And in general, every time we do something, we go to a show, we interact with the customer, we're learning something, and we try to take each experience and how do we, you know, learn and do something different and better. So when we hear feedback like maybe pricing is too high, then we're starting to think, okay, what can we offer as a value or a deal for some of those people that feel like the pricing is not in the range. So we try to incorporate that too. So now maybe we have some budget hats or things that aren't moving and we want to put on discount.
Yeah.
So we can do some of those things too. And
Yeah, we started introducing like a sale table, a clearance table to clear out some stuff, and it's like wildly successful. And but what I will say is that I know what am I trying to say? I know for sure that like a lot of those sales that are going from the clearance table are taking away from or like purchases that would be with our full price products, because when people have been coming to our area and I say like, oh hey, the end table is on clearance for $10, they immediately stop looking at the full price stuff and they go right to the clearance table, and maybe they'll buy something off the clearance table, and then I think to myself, well, would they have bought something full price if the clearance stuff wasn't here? So it's almost making me feel like during like this time of year, during like the super hot busy season, that like maybe I should not have a clearance table.
Yeah, but then
'Cause-
you're also maybe making a sale not happen because some of those people wouldn't, and they'll just walk away.
yeah,
There's no clearance table. You don't know. I think it's a good thing. We're actually focused on uh, increasing the amount of grab and goes we have as far in lieu of custom stuff.
that's what I was gonna
Um,
ask you guys.
yeah.
Then some
That
people just want the hat.
yeah. Oh
They don't
really?
want custom. Yeah,
Like they just want the blank hat, or they just
yeah,
want the
yeah. They just
Yeah.
want a hat.
Yeah, so if for different reasons, maybe we're carrying a hat they've never seen before. Like we have a really cool ladies hat it's called snow leopard, so it's white with the leopard design. Really hard to find hat. A lot of other hats are hard to find. So maybe they're like, "Oh, I see that hat. I can't find it anywhere else. I want that hat." Um,
You've seen our setup. We carry with us at our full. You haven't even seen. I don't know if you've seen the full store because the Oktoberfest is a 20 by 10
yeah.
space, but we normally occupy a 20 by 20. And when we have our full store open, we have over like 12 or 1,300 different hats.
That's so crazy. I give you
So
guys so much credit
nobody
for
has
that.
ever seen. If you're a Richardson fan, the Richardson trucker hat is the number one requested trucker hat. The 112. We have every single color available in one spot, and most hat people have never seen that.
Yeah, I know like the ones I got at Oktoberfest from you guys, those hats are amazing. Um, I didn't even really know much about Richardson, but those hats are definitely awesome. So you guys are doing your shows and you have your online store. Now, I think I briefly talked to Therese about this, but are you guys trying to do fulfillment for like online content creators and stuff?
Yeah,
yeah. So we have two YouTube influencers on board now. We met the first one actually locally at a festival. He told us that he came into our booth and said that he has a pretty successful up and coming YouTube channel, wants to offer merch, has no idea how to do it.
Yeah.
We said, perfect, we're your people. And now he is telling his friends about us. And so others are coming to us from him. So we are now offering full service store setup and POD fulfillment. So we're creating the Shopify stores, integrating their store with their YouTube channel, and fulfilling all the orders, creating all the listings, and shipping that out to them. And so what we're
we
doing
set
is,
up their merch bar on YouTube. So
Yeah.
the little bar under the video screen.
Mhm.
Now, for those folks that don't understand print on demand, can you explain it like you're explaining it to a 5-year-old what print on demand is and how that differs from wholesale printing?
Yeah, essentially, when we receive an order, we're printing that order exactly. We're not keeping stock of, one of our influencers is Buzz's Retirement Garage. So we're not keeping shirts and hats that say Buzz's Retirement Garage on them. When we receive an order, we get whichever logo is ordered and we print it exactly and ship it out for that influencer. And they're receiving automatic payment for their commissions. So they really don't have to do anything other than advertise for us. So these influencers are now our salespeople.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
we do a design for them too. We do design work.
So
So it makes us different than a normal print on demand service.
Right.
yeah, so let me ask you this: as far as like the POD fulfillment thing, like now with these influencers, will they have? So they'll have like maybe, let's say they have like 5 designs. Will you guys have like the pat? Are these hats? Are they doing hats? Are they doing t-shirts, hoodies? What are they doing?
Yeah, shirts, the crew necks, hoodies, long sleeves, and if they want those. And then we're doing mugs, magnets, and hats. And then we tell the influencers that we can print on virtually anything, or willing to look into what we can print
Yeah.
on. So if somebody in the comments say, I really want a silver bar that says Buzz's Retirement Garage, which has happened, we can then go source the raw materials, create the listing, and start selling that product for them. So that's also unique about us too, where like if you go to through Printify or something, you only have their selection of materials, suppliers, and those types of fulfillment services. They're not being made in the United States. They oftentimes come to the customer with damaged packages, not nicely packaged. We take a lot of care in making sure that when we ship packages, everything looks pretty, it's safe, and it's gonna arrive as we shipped it too.
Yeah, and
So,
it's you guys are controlling quality too. Like
hmm
you're QCing everything. So we started using Printful and Printify to backfill sizes on things. So if we were like filling like 3, 4, 5x, and basically
Don't get me started.
basically that's what we've been using those services for, is to
yeah,
help
that's a great idea.
like backfill.
I hate those four XLs. I never realized how many people
It's
want
ridiculous.
3 and 4 XL shirts.
They're
It's
hard.
ridiculous.
It costs more for us to get the materials. It's more difficult for us to make
It
it.
almost doesn't fit in the machine sometimes.
No, seriously, we sell so much 3X, and I was talking to, my one partner, I call her my partner in crime because we're not official business partners, but we're just very close. And I was like, I really feel like we need to start charging more for
Yep.
Oh yeah,
two and
we do.
3X.
But we
We
pay
do.
more.
We charge more depending on, yeah, just I charge more based off of our costs. What's our raw material cost? What's our ink cost? What's our setup cost? And then just add that on. People are paying for it. The additional cost.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with our custom printing, they're paying more for it. I'm talking more for like, our retail stuff that we're selling online and at show. Online, we've been charging more for 3, 4, and 5X. We have it like scaled
Yeah, you have to.
pretty well, but at the live shows we haven't. And I'm just like, the amount of 3Xs these people buy is just ridiculous. And it's like
I
these
never would have guessed. When we
Americans.
first started doing the t-shirts, we stocked like medium, large, extra large. I figured that would cover just about everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Americans are huge. Like, American people are very big, very overweight, very tall,
I hope the person that I say this about won't watch this, and I doubt it, given his level of sophistication. But he worked on our roof here, and he's a 4XL, and he's 5'5".
Yeah, that's just
And I just didn't understand how that's possible, but it is.
yeah. Well, yeah, I even had a guy like who clearly fit in a 2X, but it was like the 2X was like just barely touching his gut, like his belly, like barely touching it, and he's like, I need a 3X. Like, Like I can't wear this because he's just like he just would not accept that he's overweight.
Yeah, what he needs is a diet.
It's like, exactly, like seriously, like a lot of people will even ask me at our shows for 4X, and I'm just like, I just as politely as I can. We will carry like a couple 4X in our most popular designs, just because I know we're gonna get asked for them like occasionally. But I do just want. It sounds bad, but I just want to be like, no, we don't have 4X. You should just try going on a diet, and you'll maybe fit into a 3X.
Yeah,
I recommend the Tall and Fat store down the street.
I was told once by a customer,
Discrimination. We need to have a 4XL, and they said that's discrimination.
he goes, "You're discriminating." I'm like, do we know what discrimination means?
Yeah, like excuse me, like discrimination.
You can order it and I'll ship it to you.
We don't carry any smalls. We don't carry any. We stopped printing smalls, but that's another.
Yeah,
but that's another.
Small.
But that's another thing. Like we backfill smalls on Printful. Like, so if someone goes online and they want a small, they can order it, and it's just sent through Printful. But I had a lady get really pissed off that we didn't have any smalls, and I told her, I'm like, look, like, you're the first person after interacting with thousands of people the last 2 days, you're the first person to ask for a small. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And I just told her, go online. You can order one online. Here's our website. You know what? This is a good time to bring this up that I'm going to start working on in the future is having an iPad set up, almost like a kiosk, where these people can just order what they want right there. And so if they want the small, they can just click it, order it. If they want the 4X, they can click it, order it. I don't think they'll actually do that because people, even if we ship them because I'll ship them for free, people, it's rare that like I say, here, go to our website and order one, and then they order it. They really just like want it like right there so
Agreed. Yeah, we do that too. With the things that we're not carrying, or if we sold out of something, we'll ship it. Probably 2 times out of 10 they agree to shipping. But to the point of the iPad, since the last time I think you saw us, we did buy a huge 32-inch tablet.
That's sweet.
A mobile TV, essentially. It's just a massive tablet. And my idea is to have an app where people can place their order right there.
Yeah.
And the idea is to place the order where they're still getting the product that day. So they pick the Richardson 112 black, and they want it to say Kyle on it, and they want it to be green, and they type all that in, and then it prints out an order page for me. So essentially, like, you're walking into McDonald's and you type you say what you want through the kiosk, and you don't have to interact. I think
exactly.
There's a lot of people that would maybe prefer that, the introverts or people who don't want to talk to other people. But it's definitely going to be a process to get the app up and going. So right now, the screen just plays through a presentation, essentially, where it's showing our pricing, it's showing different examples, and it's been useful where somebody says, well, what does that look like? Because we sell a lot of dog products, specifically dog hats, and if we're at an event where we don't have our dog with us, or they don't have their dog with them, it's helpful to show pictures of dogs wearing hats to say, well, what kind of dog do you have? You have a German Shepherd. Okay, this is what a German Shepherd looks like wearing the hat. So that's been super helpful for us. And it's just an eye catcher too. People are like, oh, what's this? And then they like to touch it. They like to swipe through it. So I think that idea will be really interesting. We just got to get the app going, which is expensive, but.
Yeah. For me, I would honestly just have our website open, and it's like, okay, you can just order from the website right here. The biggest hang up right now would be internet, because our internet's
Oh
terrible.
boy.
This is
So
also another
So we
challenge.
did a deep dive on this one. We
Deep
Starlink,
dive.
well,
Well,
Starlink won't work in the IX center, let's say, or anything
are you
indoors.
serious?
Yeah, it won't. You
Oh, it
need a.
just doesn't work
it has
indoors?
to be outside.
It
You
has
have
to have a clear view to the sky.
Oh my God, I did not even know that. That
Hmm.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well that totally like so I would just basically need people to order, charge their card, and it would all just be offline. And then once it gets online, yeah, that's crazy. I thought so because I thought about getting Starlink,
So
and
we
that's
we did
wild. So
invest in some technology. We could talk about that.
yeah, go for it. I'd love to hear about it.
Well, we we were using or still technically are a Verizon hotspot, and it's terrible, absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And it's in the IX center. Just what it wasn't even functional. Um, so what we did was we bought a very high-end router that accepts. It actually uses two SIM chips. You could have like an AT&T and a Verizon or T-Mobile, and the router itself will pick at that very moment whichever one is stronger. And then it has inputs from four different cell antennas. And so we also did get an external antenna, a big, huge plate that has four different cell antennas, and that we can mount at the top of our tent. And it's the best possible system to get acceptable internet. If that doesn't work, then nothing will.
Wow. Yeah. Good for you
It's a
for
little pricey.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, to me Starlink was really intriguing. The pricing isn't too outrageous, but then
It isn't.
after hearing what you guys said, I didn't realize it only worked outside.
Mhm.
Um guess guess that's off the table. So, I naturally I have to ask you this question because that's my job is to ask you the tough questions. Um, so you guys are doing fulfillment for folks, and you briefly touched on this, but I just want you to kind of go into like a little bit more detail. What sets you guys apart from bigger print on demand companies like Printful and Printify and stuff like that? Like why as a YouTube influencer or an OnlyFans girl, why would I go with you guys and not go with Printful or Printify?
There's a bunch of reasons.
Well, let's hear them.
You want to go?
You start.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I already know the answer. I know the answers, but like for the audience or for
right.
just why go, what sets you guys apart? Why go with you guys instead of one of the bigger companies?
Well, first thing before she even says is the reason that we we are better than they are for certain products and volumes is because we are set up to do on the spot. So everything, every technology we have, we didn't talk about it much, but yeah, we started with the little laser engraving, but now we're able to laser engrave. We can cut custom designs and patches out of leatherette, out of real leather, out of acrylic, anything on the spot, on site. We do color printing, we do texture effects, all that is, and we bring that to the table to do on the spot. So given that we can do on the spot, we don't charge setup fees, and there's no minimums. We can mix and match. We have a lot of flexibility where these big companies do not. If you are not ordering 500 hats or 500 shirts, you're paying a lot of extra money. You can't just order one and get a good deal. So to talk about our niche that we're filling.
I mean that was pretty much the key point is that we can mix and match. So like if you go to branded bills, you want a custom order, you have to buy 12.
Yeah,
And and it gives customers the ability to buy lesser quantities. You don't have to buy a specific number. You can mix and match with us. Like we just had somebody buy 24 hats, and he got three different colors hats, three different color patch designs, and they were all mixed and match, and we charged them the same price. So you don't really get that kind of service elsewhere.
Yeah.
And we only use premium materials. We put a lot of pride into our work, and our QC manager is very intense. So
Anal retentive.
yes, and
I know that
if you've
guy.
ever seen him at a show, you'll see it. But, and then just going beyond that, if we
But we also offer design assistance. You won't get that from Printify. Um,
100%.
so the materials that we can work with too, we do things that nobody else can do. A lot of the color texture effects nobody can do. We work with actual metals. We work with actual hardwoods. We did a hat for a property management group a couple of weeks ago, and it's a little roof design over their logo, and we did that in cherry wood. We stained
Yeah.
it. It was actual cherry wood that you
Yeah.
can't get at Printify.
Yeah. So mixing of technologies and
We
materials.
did a hat for somebody like maybe last year or 8 months ago, and she loved the hat. She found us at the Christmas Connection, and she came up to us and told us that she loved the hat and she didn't know where to find us, so she took the hat to Lids, and she tried to get them to make her a few of them, and they said, we don't even know how it's made.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
So I laughed. I'm like, yeah, they're not going to be able to do this.
that happened this summer.
Yeah, because like from my perspective, you guys are a smaller business, so naturally with a smaller business, customer service should be better.
It is.
Keyword should be, because you're a smaller business, you're a smaller operation, you can get in touch with the people in charge pretty quickly and easily.
Hmm.
You should be able to. Keyword should be able to. And then obviously you guys have design assistants, you have more products, so there's a lot of things that make you guys stand out
We can
from.
change on the fly. There's a lot of variability. It
Yeah.
takes just a moment to change something
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
can't get that. You cannot get that anywhere else.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect example of how, a small business can really compete with the big players on a very like real level.
We don't
And
try to beat their prices on 1,000 hats.
no.
We know
Yeah.
we can't. We're not going to be the value proposition on a huge order like that. Where we
Yeah.
shine is lower quantities.
Yeah, for
Where we
sure.
can offer really good prices, even though you're only buying one or two.
Yeah, I guess like for me, like a business kind of operations question would be like, as far as like, let's say you have a client, you have a YouTube influencer who's offering like 2 t-shirt designs, 2 hat designs, and a mug. How do you guys know like how much inventory, like blank inventory to carry for that stuff? Like, how do you figure that out?
We're not keeping a lot of inventory. We've sourced our raw materials from warehouses that are close, like Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and we'll buy what we need. So we're sort of like, so let's say somebody buys a mug, we don't have it, we'll order it from our supplier, we'll have it the next day, and then we'll make it after that. So we're not keeping a lot of stuff on hand.
We try and have enough to generally handle it, but we're also capable of ordering very quickly.
Yeah. And so things that are popular, if we're seeing like, okay, these red mugs.
Mhm.
These red mugs for Buzz are super popular. We'll make sure we've got maybe a couple of them on hand.
This is a bistro
The
mug.
Bistro mug. The IX Center just bought 35 of them from us this morning, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like eventually, like, let's say you have 5 or 10 YouTube influencers and they're all offering 1 or 2 t-shirt designs. You guys can just print them all on like, let's just say a Bella Canvas 3001, and then you guys just have a carrying an inventory. You buy them in bulk, you have them ready to go, you can pull them off the shelf, and
Yeah.
like as you guys grow and as you guys scale, you'll be able to carry more inventory of blank stuff, and it's kind of a good model, you know what I mean, to help kind of scale your business.
Yeah, definitely. Inventory is a huge cost to all businesses, so
Oh, totally.
minimizing that as much as possible. We talk a lot about number of SKUs, a lot because we carry every hat color. That's over. It's 130 Richardson 112 hats
Yeah, it's wild.
just alone of that. So yeah, so sometimes we try to minimize our SKUs. So like not offering every single color, or if we don't typically carry, let's say the standard shirt colors are white, black, gray, navy, and sand. Those are pretty popular right now. But somebody wants a pink one. Maybe we'll charge an extra $5 for pink and still offer it. So if they want it, they can order it. We'll pull it from the warehouses, and we'll still make our money. We don't have to carry the inventory and for faster turnover.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So I'm glad we covered a lot of that kind of stuff, because that was a lot of questions that I had just about like your actual like operations and stuff, and how you guys kind of compared to like the bigger print on demand people. So like as far as live events go, like what have been like your favorite ones to do so far?
We were recruited to do the PGA Major at Firestone.
That's
That was
right.
last year.
That
Yeah.
was awesome. That was a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of fun.
awesome.
It was a week-long event, and we got to see a lot of the older PGA players.
Yeah, it's one of the five majors on the Masters tour, the PGA Masters
We were right next to the 18th hole.
or Senior Tour or whatever.
Freddie watched the last.
We were 100 yards away from the 18th green,
Yeah,
That's awesome.
but I just kept walking over and seeing people putt.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we're hoping we'll get invited next year. But next year they're supposed to have Tiger Woods come play, and if he's
Wow.
healthy and everything. So
Yeah. Poor guys. Oh, it's like his body is just like
destroyed.
betraying him
He
in
just
his
had
older years.
another back surgery, so this one we're a little optimistic. If he
Yeah.
goes to that next year, it's going to be ridiculous.
Tiger's a legend. I love Tiger
Yeah.
Woods. Um, so, are there any
What?
events you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think we wanted to talk about like booking events too. So
Totally.
we sort of started by signing up for festivals. So the cultural festivals, the pet shows, the county fairs and stuff. And those are really great events for us, as you know, to connect with people and sell on the spot. But another service that we offer is people can book us to come to their
Yeah.
event, and we'll make products on the spot. And so we sort of created the name the Hat Factory Express as the store that comes to you, brings the setup, and creates everything there. And now we've expanded our portfolio so much. It doesn't have to be just hats if you want to book us. Like for a wedding, you say, you want us to make coasters or wine corks or personalized shoes. It's up to the customer to choose what they would want to do. So we would define the amount of time that the customer would want us to be there. Let's say you're holding a wedding for 4 hours, and then we have X amount of guests, so we have 200 favors or 300 favors or what, and we want to define, kind of the budget, and then we pick certain designs that we want to have brought with us, because an event like that where we're only there for 4 hours, we got to make 200, 400 products. We have to turn over much faster, and so what we do at festivals, we might not be able to bring that whole setup because because it takes a little bit longer to make something totally custom from sending an image and converting it, cutting it out, and certain things take a little bit longer. But at events we may have predefined designs, maybe patches already ready to go, so they get to pick from that, and they still get that personalized experience where all of the attendees get to go home with something that they get to pick, they get to watch, see get made, and so we're working with one of the biggest party planners in Cleveland to help us book events. And we've done a couple small things for the Rotary clubs and the Chamber of Commerce events where and some charities where we show up and
We do
we
golf events.
golf outings
Yeah.
where we show up and we bring our products and people order what they want on the spot, and maybe people are booking us to be there, so we're getting paid for it, or maybe if it's for charity we'll show up and we'll give a percent commission to the charity, and so we can do different things like that, and so yeah, so we wanted to talk about that too.
No, no problem. Well, that actually, you brought up a good point that I wanted to ask. So I know, like, I saw what I thought was your full rig, but you guys said it wasn't necessarily your full rig. Do you guys have like a minute? Do you guys have like a miniature rig, like a quick grab and go rig that you guys
Yeah.
have? Yeah, that.
Yeah, so we have sort of a setup for like if we have just a 6 foot table, 10 by 10, 10 by 20, 20 by 20, unlimited space. So we sort of have that defined of what fits in that space, what can we do in that space, and depending on where we're going, we'll fit where we need to.
It's
Uh,
frustrating, but we can do it.
We like the 20 by 20 the best because it's
yeah,
more
Well, because
space.
listen, one of the challenges is you have a very limited time at these events, or especially expos or things, to show people, educate them on what is even available. You have about 5 seconds to capture their attention, and you have to keep it.
yeah,
So one of the things we like to do is we put out example hats of things that we've done just to show people what is possible. And that is challenged and limited by a small setup. You can't show as many things. So the inventory suffers. You can only bring a few hats. So we're going to have to pick out the things that are very popular, the colors that are very popular, and put them up. But it's a major challenge because we need the space to show them what we can do.
yeah, exactly. Well, that all sounds awesome. Hey guys, I'm gonna just take a quick break. So
Yes.
we're you guys all right? You all
Yeah.
situated?
It's just her chair. Her chair keeps pushing me off to here.
We're both sitting in like that computer chairs that have arms, so the
Mm.
the arms are hitting each other.
So like, I play guitar, and you learn from like a early age that you can't have chairs with arms if you want to play guitar.
Mhm.
So like, none of my chairs have arms. I'm just like, but at work, some at my other job, I have a couple chairs with arms, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice actually. So we're back. Go ahead, and you said you had something else you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, so we talked before, Kyle, about a potential big opportunity, and I just wanted to say that meeting you and connecting with you gives us the opportunity to work with you and potentially bring you into our live events too. So we ended up not getting the event, but we were talking about booking something that was going to have 400 guests, and we would have to make 400 hats in 4 hours, and that would not
Three and a
three
half.
three 3.5 hours, and that's not something possible that only two people can do. Um,
Yeah,
so so we really hopefully we get more opportunities like that, but we're really grateful to have met you and with your experience you would actually be able to have value add to us, and we wouldn't be worried about your quality. So just wanted to mention that we're hopeful that we bring you more opportunities, that we can actually work together and build us both up too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honored, of course, for you guys to say that, and you know, I got a lot to say about that. So, like, I think, yeah. So I think even like even the fact that I have like a mobile screen printing press, like, it's a pretty simple setup. And you know, like, I can even like add that. We can add that, and you guys can basically use that as like another like marketing piece if you want. You know, you can say like, even that we, you know, I would say we're a lot more limited by design and everything and colors, and but I kind of look at I have a little bit of a different approach. You guys kind of have what I would consider a little more of like a maximalist outlook, where like you really like having like endless possibilities. And I do with whether it's my music or in a lot of parts of my business, I have a little bit more of a minimalist approach. And I kind of have this saying that like limitations are a feature, not a bug. And I think there's because in my opinion and in my experience, there's a lot of creativity that comes from having limitations. And you know, so and again, so like, for example, I'll give you like a good example. So like if I'm booking a client for like a live printing event where I'm gonna like come.
Oh, there you are. You broke up for a second. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I broke up for a sec.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just repeat what I was saying. So yeah, so a perfect example of like what I'm talking about is if I was gonna book someone for like a live screen printing event, you know, it's like, hey, so we have to pick one design. You can only pick one design, and what that does is it you know, that some people would view that as like a big limitation, but really what it does is it forces the client to think really hard about what they want that one message to be. And then me and the client together can work together to come up with one design that's going to be a really good message for that specific event. And that's why as opposed to having 3 or 4 designs, your message could get lost a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's why I view limitations as a feature, and I don't view them as a bug, because I feel like, you know, having those limitations in place with only being able to bring one design really forces the client to be able to think really hard about, okay, well, what exactly do I want my message to be? But yeah, no. And then the second thing I'll say is that I think you hit the nail on the head as far as like working together. I'm all about working together and collaborating with other businesses. You know, I'm always willing to have my competitors on this show. I don't view you guys really as competitors. I think we kind of offer 2 different things, but if there was another screen printing shop in town, you know, I'd love to have them on the show, and even get into like a little bit of a debate about like our views on the industry and in our products and what equipment is better and what materials are better. And I'm all about that. So but I also just think, you know, I'm all about collaborating and working together with people to try to help elevate us together. Because I think, you know, it's a hard world to stand out in. And, you know, with social media, the algorithms are not always beneficial to small businesses. They're beneficial to huge businesses, huge influencers, and half naked girls and like all that kinds of stuff. So anything that we can do to work together to try to lift each other up, I think is a huge benefit. So I really appreciate that feedback. And I would love that. I would love nothing more to come with you guys and like press hats and like that would just be like it would just be
Well,
so much fun.
we would feel comfortable with you because we do have some helpers
Yeah.
um, like that we use regularly, but training them to do any of these types of skills, it's not that easy. You don't
No, it's
want
a
someone
skill
who's never
set.
done it before. It's definitely a skill to do this
Yeah.
stuff.
It's
Especially when we were thinking like, okay, you got to make a hat in a minute and 30 seconds, and you can't. There's no time for mistakes,
No.
and you
no.
have to be doing two at a time. It's a
And
scary thought.
what you brought up as the limitation as a positive, that's exactly the types of conversations we're having with these party planners, where you're doing 400 hats in 3.5 hours. It's nothing's really custom. You go there and you have like a choice of one out of four designs, and we have them on hand. So
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's necessary, and it is a positive in those types of environments.
Yeah, like if
Forcing
you
the
think
customer to choose four or less designs, and that's what we stick with.
yeah, like if you think, you have a corporate event, you have your business just opened, like you just opened a new tattoo shop or you just opened a new coffee shop and you want to have a party and you want me to come screen print t-shirts, like people are going to walk away from that. They're not going to walk away from that taking 3 or 4 messages. You want them to walk away from that taking what is the one solid message that you want to, the one solid point that you want to get across to people when they leave your party and leave your grand opening, and then let's design it, let's get it on a t-shirt, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I've always thought, like, I've seen I have other screen printing buddies and stuff. There's a shop up in New York State. They'll go and they'll do like live screen printing, and they'll bring like 3 or 4 designs on like a small rotary press, and I think that's cool. But I think so. Like my business motto is make it count, and that's kind of like a big message for like my entire business is like, you have one t-shirt here and you can put one message on it. We want to make that message count on that one t-shirt. People can only wear one t-shirt at a time. They can't wear 2 t-shirts at a time. They can't wear 3 t-shirts at a time. So what is the one message we're going to put on this t-shirt? And we only have one. There's only one message that we can convey, so we need to make it count. And I think I'll always have, when I do live screen printing, just my one design press, and it's like, this is it. You got to pick one design and we got to make it count. And that's good, but that's good because that really forces the client and me to like help them convey that one message. So yeah, it's awesome.
Speaking of small presses and whatnot, we went to Printing United in Orlando
Yeah.
That's an awesome
about
show.
last month. It was great. Yeah, well, we came back with 2 huge machines.
Well, I have hold
But
on, let's not get there first. Cuz I want to talk shop and I want to talk about equipment, but I just want to go over like just a couple things. Did you have anything else you guys were trying to bring up before
oh well, she was referring to we just got notified by the trademark office that we got a registered trademark today.
Hey,
Not
congratulations.
Factory Express is now a registered
Yeah,
trademark.
so where we say TM right there, now we can put the
Now we
R
put
with
the
the
R.
circle.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I
Well,
filed it like almost a year ago now.
is
Yep.
that that's a federal thing, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, cool. So, besides word of mouth and stuff, is there anything else you guys are? Is there anything? I know we talked about the booking agent and whatnot. Are you guys doing any sort of like hardcore like outbound sales?
Well, this is where we're lacking, I think, the most, and
Yeah.
we're gonna focus a lot more into 2026. Word of mouth has gotten us very far. We have met a lot of amazing people in Cleveland, and we found that one free sample goes a long way a lot of times.
Well, yeah, how
So
do you do that?
Say again. I'm
We
sorry.
give we like to give away free samples, and it's gotten us far. Like,
I give away tons of free stuff. I don't give away like okay, so like if somebody I'm trying to figure out how to like politically correct phrase this. I give away tons of my own Daybreak product for free. And I have a ton of Daybreak apparel, branded apparel designs that I've made that can basically show people, okay, this is what we can do. Um and and that's what I use as a sample cuz like the sample thing can get for you guys it might be a little bit easier than for me, cuz we're a little more focused on wholesale printing bigger orders and stuff like that. And so like if somebody, wants the problem with the sample thing is it's just like because for me, for like we can go back and forth with the artwork approval. We can go back and forth maybe 5 times before they approve the artwork. So then we're going to do the same thing with samples. They're going to want 5 different samples before they can decide. And then really, in my business, like speed, and not necessarily speed's probably not the right word, but it's efficiency. Like we need to get orders in and out as quickly and efficiently and correctly as possible.
hmm
And if we're spending a lot of time going back and forth with artwork and samples and stuff like that, then we're in big trouble. We're just not really set up for giving custom samples. The samples I give out all the time is our Daybreak branded stuff. Like so like any of my Daybreak product that I've printed in our Daybreak designs, and I can give that stuff out and people can see it and touch it and feel it and be like, okay, like this guy can actually print shirts. And like if that's not good enough, then they're gonna have to probably find somebody else to work with.
So the first time we did it, we saw it was at the Oktoberfest like
Last year.
last year, and we saw an officer walking around, and I asked him if he wanted a free hat, and he took
Yeah.
us up on it, and we made him a hat with his with the Middleburg Heights police icon on it, and
Yeah.
before you know it, we did all the Middleburg Heights on duty hats,
Yeah.
and
And
like and because of that one hat, we have like 6 police departments,
And fire
fire
departments.
departments,
Oh, yeah.
because
And
of the one hat.
yeah. Yeah, that's a really I'm trying to figure out again how to say this. So if somebody is coming to me and wants samples made, I know that that's going to end up being a back and forth. Like they're going to get the sample and they're going to want to change one thing.
hmm
But if I will do exactly what you guys said. Like if there's companies or people that I really want to work with,
hmm
I have the ability now to bang out some kind of like easy samples and with their logo that's already made. So like
Right.
but as far as like custom artwork and custom like that can get real that can get really that can turn into like a rabbit hole like really
Yep.
quickly, going back and forth with like samples and approvals and stuff like that. I know like some really big shops that run like automatic screen printing presses, and they have like 1 or 2 just like manual screen printing presses that they only use for making samples. So like I know a lot of big shops that will do that and do the whole like samples thing, but we're not set up to do that right now.
The way we see it, the sample, or it's a real product, really not. The sample's kind of a wrong word for it because we gave them a police hat and it was beautiful.
Our demo product
Yeah, just
yeah,
a free hat essentially.
yeah, for sure.
It costs us very little. It's
But
the best.
then
It's the cheap advertising.
exactly, yeah.
hmm
Yeah, like, at the gym and stuff, pretty involved in both gyms that I go to, and I need to restock it, but I used to just have literally like a plastic bag of Daybreak shirts, and I would just give them to people in the gym, like trainers and stuff, and like other people, just to. And a lot of times it might have been like misprints or like stuff that like wasn't perfect, but like that didn't pass my quality control, but was like still good enough to like wear. And yeah, I'm always giving out free Daybreak stuff, like anyone, but I try to do it in like a very strategic way. So so like so like you know, in the gym, for example, I look at marketing as so like I kind of I say like, okay, so you want everybody in Ohio to know who you are. Well, that's a huge amount of people. So then I break it down and say, okay, well, I want everyone in Northeast Ohio to know who I am. And then I break it down even further, and it's like, well, then let's start in Cuyahoga County. And then let's go down, well, let's start in Cleveland. I want everyone in Cleveland to know who we are. Well, then let's actually go down even further than that. I want everyone on the west side of Cleveland to know who I am. And then it's like, well, let's take it a step even further down. And you can like keep going down and down and down. So I kind of look at like the gym, and I'm like, okay, well, can I get everybody in my gym to know what Daybreak is? And how do I accomplish that? And then I get everybody in my gym to know who Daybreak is, and then I can go and branch off from there, and kind of taking it like micro, I call it like micro markets. So like picking like micro markets, like how do I get everybody in this little micro market to know who I am, and then I can grow from there. So like in the gym, I'll like very like I'll say, okay, I see this guy, he's here 5 days a week, he is lifting in the main part of the gym where everybody can see him. I'm gonna give him 2 Daybreak shirts and ask him if he can do me a favor and try to wear these shirts like 50% of the time he's here working out. So like that's literally like how strategic I will be. And then like eventually you'll have all these people walking around in the gym wearing your Daybreak shirts, and then people are going to start naturally asking like, what the hell is Daybreak? Like, why are all these people wearing Daybreak shirts? So it's like, it's kind of like that kind of like advertising where it's like forcing people to see the name, even if they don't necessarily want to see it. They're gonna see it anyway. And then and it's kind of like billboards. Like you drive by and you see a billboard, and it's like you're kind of like the Tim Misney billboards. You're like forced to know who Tim Misney is, whether you want to or not.
And we need to know what he does.
What is he? He's got the eyebrow.
He makes them
big. Yeah, and then it's like another thing with this like podcast is like I'm gonna be like incrementally doing like 12 or more episodes a year, and people are gonna see these clips popping up on their Instagram because I'm gonna be interviewing these businesses from all over Cleveland and Akron too, you know, Northeast Ohio, and eventually people are gonna be like forced to know like who we are as a business, and like that's kind of how like that's like one of my like marketing strategies, and one of the ways I achieve that is like, you know, handing out free shirts in the gym to specific people, or like and like knowing that like that person is going to wear my shirt. Guys are different. Guys, you give them a shirt, they'll wear it. Girls, you give them a shirt, if they really 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 like it, they'll wear it like once a week maybe, or once every 2 weeks. But girls just have girls have a lot of clothes, you know. Like I have my girlfriend's always wearing Daybreak stuff because she's awesome and she likes the Daybreak stuff. But then like, you know, Amanda, who I interviewed on the last episode, I gave her some shirts because she's always in the gym, and if she's not lifting in the gym, she's training people in the gym. So she's always wearing my stuff. So it's like I'm very picky and strategic about who I'm giving free stuff to. And my rule is, if my rule with anybody is, I'll give you free stuff. But if you're not going to wear it, you have to either give it back or you have to give it to somebody that will wear it. Don't
That's true.
just take it and bury it in your closet. So
Yeah, that's great. One other thing that we do, we joined our local chamber of commerce, and so we're part of two chamber of commerce now. There's biz. Can you hear the dogs barking?
yeah,
Yeah.
I need a sign that says, "Please don't ring the doorbell unless you actually need us."
Mhm.
yeah. How many dogs do you guys have?
Three, three
Three
big dogs.
shepherds.
Two shepherds, one is a cattle dog mix.
Wow. Yeah, I just got one small dog, but he loves playing with big dogs. He thinks he's a big dog.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about again? We were
Oh,
talking.
I wanted to tell you about the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
So we joined two chamber of commerce nearby us. It was Freddie's idea. We they have probably weekly or maybe once a month networking events where people in the chamber are invited to go, and then they have a big golf outing every year, both of them. They have, their holiday parties. So there's a lot of opportunity to meet other businesses.
Yeah.
And so for us, what we want to try to start doing is giving samples to those people that are attending the events. And so I've started collecting all the emails from everybody that's in the chamber and sending a mock-up with their logo on our products. And then so sending that out, and then also we'll start taking samples to the events that we go to. So like if somebody's hosting an event, maybe we'll take them a sample, or like next week is their big holiday party. We're going to try to take samples to the people who are sponsoring the event, because the thought is if they're sponsoring the event, they've kind of got money to spend. So we'll give those people samples. We do gift baskets, and then in the gift basket that we'll give, it'll be, six custom business logos, six custom business T-shirts, six custom mugs, and then so they get something with their logo on it, and hopefully want to buy more things. So that's a way to kind of network with other local businesses that's worked out pretty well for us too.
Yeah, that's awesome. If there's anything I've learned, getting into like outbound, is that like there's a reason it's a full-time job. And like it's very like in depth. There's a lot to do. It's a lot of like just tons and tons of outreach and work. It's a lot of work, and I fully understand like why outbound salespeople exist in the way that they do, and
Right. We don't have
um
enough time. We eat, sleep, and drink it, and we don't have
yeah,
enough time in the day.
yeah. Have you guys thought about a VA,
What do you mean?
virtual assistant? Like
Oh,
Oh, mm,
we
we we're currently working with somebody on Fiverr right now who's taking our messages, inputting it directly into ChatGPT, and giving us ChatGPT's answer. So not
yeah,
happy with that.
we're experts at AI.
yeah.
We
No,
but
I've been.
we use it as a tool for a lot of things.
Me too.
It can't supplant, but it can't supplant your human skill set.
No, 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 no. So, yeah, I understand what you mean. I'm talking about like a virtual assistant, as in like somebody that's working in like a different country that speaks
Hmm.
like fluent English. So like someone that's I heard the best ones are in the Philippines because they're I think they learn English in their schools in the Philippines. From my understanding, like they're pretty cost effective, and they do like from my understanding they do a really good job.
Yeah,
So
we should give it a shot then.
um, as far as outbound, like I've heard from other screen printing shops that there a lot of folks are using like a VA from the Philippines or from another country to do all that outbound stuff. The problem, I guess it's not perfect obviously, because like ideally you would want someone that's here that can go visit businesses and be on the road hustling and stuff like that, going door to door. And from my understanding, these VAs that I've heard about do like a really they are good at converting sales, and they pay for themselves fairly quickly and easily. So
Have you
um
have you heard about how people are finding or reaching out to them,
um
how to get the VA or
yeah, so like I think it's there's like agencies that help businesses get like set up with them and whatnot. I haven't like gotten to, I'm like you guys, I'm so busy and just I haven't got too far into it, but it's definitely something I'm gonna, it's really good for, like, okay, here you have 100 emails or you have 100 contacts. I need you to contact these 100 people,
hmm
and they just get it done, and they get it done efficiently, and they do a good job, and they're good at converting
Well, that's
sales. And
something we definitely would consider.
yeah, we
yeah,
definitely
we can talk
need it.
more about that, like,
Yeah.
off camera and stuff like that. um so let's get into equipment a little bit. We haven't talked too much about equipment. I know you guys
But what made me
are.
think about you at Printing United was we saw a screen printing setup. It looked like a huge octopus.
Oh yeah.
It had like 16 different stations, and it just like a carousel. Just
Yeah.
starts went around and around and around.
It's insane.
Yeah, was it like an automatic press? It
Yep.
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're insane, dude. Like, some of the European style automatics are, they literally look like a space. They look like a spaceship. They look like they could start spinning and like launch into outer space.
Yes.
Um but yeah, it's nuts because, like, a lot of folks that do these, like, 10, 12, 14 color simulated process screen printing jobs, they need all those stations and stuff. That's nothing. That is like something I will never do. I have no interest in ever getting into like that level of screen printing.
What is
That that
what is the most colors that you typically do?
4 or 5.
Mm.
I mean, even then, like, like a lot of my even like 4 color stuff, it's sometimes it's just easier just to press a DTF. Like, it just makes more sense, and like it. So to be honest with you, most of my screen printing in the last like year or two has been mostly single color. Doing like high volume single color stuff. That's that's where screen printing really shines. It's like, if they want like a full back, if they want, black shirts with white ink, that's like super common, like the classic like punk rock t-shirts, like, with the full white back and a full white front, like that's going to be screen printed all day. And so, but dude, honestly, it's crazy. Like, anymore, like, from my clients, like almost everything I'm getting asked for is just ends up being a DTF job. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love DTF. I think the films that I get are super high quality, and my customers are, the most important thing is my customers are super happy with them. So most things, just the way artwork is now, it's like, people need 50 shirts that are full color, like, or, you know what I mean? And it's like, I can't screen, I would never screen print that, but yeah, so a lot of my screen printing anymore ends up just being single color stuff.
Hmm.
And I kind of, have a feeling it's gonna be that way for like most of my career going forward, because we are moving, the industry is moving away from screen printing just in general. It's moving way more towards DTF
Well, we do,
and
as you know, we do DTG.
DTG.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
And
is
so,
awesome.
well, it's a little tricky because we also do DTF, and I use it for hats actually now,
Yeah.
uh, to decorate the bill and in general designs that maybe don't translate so well to a patch. Or maybe you want the whole front of the hat decorated or something like that.
Yeah.
But what we found with the DTG is it's all in the pre-treatment of the shirt.
Yeah.
And we've gone through a couple of phases where we originally tried to treat it ourselves with crude stuff like spray bottles, and that didn't work. Then we started buying pre-treated shirts from a company that will pre-treat for you, and they treat the whole shirt. When we went to the show, though, we found out that that is not the best method for pre-treatment, and we wound up buying a specific pre-treatment machine from an Ohio company. And we've been playing around with that last day or two, actually, and the shirts are so much better.
Mm.
It's beautiful. The difference is immense. When now
Yeah.
we're doing our own pre-treatments with these machines, and the DTG is fantastic with it.
Yeah, and I think, the DTG, like anything, any technology, it's going to get better as time goes on. And we're kind of in an era where, technology improves faster than it used to improve, just
Mhm.
because of everything that is just because of where we're at with technology and AI and computing power and everything. Like everything's going to get better. Digital printing is the future. I still believe in screen printing for like certain things, and I think it'll always have a place. I'm not investing a lot in screen printing right now. I'm very hesitant to invest in screen printing, and just because I just don't know where I don't really know the place or like what role it's going to have in my business in the future. I think it'll always kind of be there. The thing about it, like screen printing, I think will end up being like a boutique thing. Like it'll be a thing like that. People are gonna come to shops and be like, we want screen printing. We don't want. Everybody else is telling us that they're going to do this DTF or DTG, but we only want screen printing. And it's like, okay, well, we'll do it for you, but and then you can just charge a premium for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of where screen printing is going to go in the future.
It's
And
still screen printing is still the gold standard.
it's awesome. I mean, yeah, I I think so. I think it's the gold standard. I don't know. That's a contentious topic. I think um
Well, in hand feel, just specifically the DTF,
yeah,
you can tell there's like a little. It doesn't feel like those 1980s shirts where they the iron-on stuff.
that's the coolest thing about like screen printing is like how it ages. I
Mhm.
mean, like
Mhm.
you have a screen printed shirt that's like aged and it's like falling apart. The ink's all cracked and stuff, and has that vintage look to it. Screen printing is always gonna be there, at least for my lifetime. I can't speak about my grandkids' lifetime, but for my lifetime, I think screen printing is always going to have a place in the industry.
This is a DTG right here,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it looks
it
great.
feels just like screen printing.
Mhm.
It does. Yeah, it does, and that's what I think is cool about it.
Mhm.
So, as far as equipment goes, what piece of equipment do you guys think is like your workhorse piece of equipment, like
Ooh.
the one piece that you guys use the most?
Oof. Well, it's a difficult question because we just bought a new piece of equipment. It's probably going to be our workhorse. So,
Yeah.
one of the newest things, I don't know if you're familiar with it, is UV DTF. Have you been hearing about it?
Ooh, no, I've not heard anything about
It's a
that.
game
It
changer.
is a game changer. It is. So it's a UV DTF film that will. It's like, I guess, like a sticker,
A
but
super
but
powered
it's
sticker.
it's like an atomic bond sticker. Like it almost you could put it on anything and it immediately transfers in a microsecond. It's like boom, right on it. You could put on any solid object.
You're saying it transfers faster?
It transfers in an
And
instant.
no heat.
No heat, nothing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What do you mean no heat? How do
No
you?
heat. It's like a sticker. So the film, you take the film off the back of the UV DTF, and whatever it touches, instantly transfers to.
So what did we just talk about like 5 minutes ago?
Mm.
Technology improving.
Yep, that's one area that's
It's like
equipment.
technology is just gonna improve and just get, and you're gonna hear about shit like this, like transfers that you don't even need to heat press. So do you press them? Do you just like press them on by hand, or do you actually have to
You
use
put
a
it on like a
press?
you put it on like a sticker, but unlike a sticker, you don't have to push it on or you can't get it off again. It just you touch it, boom, done. You peel it off,
Dude,
you're done.
like this is exactly what I was talking about. Like we don't even know what, like, people, we can't even predict where technology is going to go with printing. So it's like you're gonna, like, this is crazy, this is a crazy development that I haven't even heard of, so
Mm.
it's like we don't even know, like, 20 years from now,
Well, you
like.
should actually come by the workshop so we could show
I
it to you.
will, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because we just bought a huge machine that it's not going to be really a port. It's not really portable, but for our large orders especially, we'll be able to pump stuff out. Stuff
You
that
guys are in Avon Lake, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
stuff that
All right.
normally took us 3 days to make can now take 45 minutes.
See, yeah. So this is the exact thing that I was talking about. Is like technology is going to improve in ways that, like, we can't even predict, with artificial intelligence and everything. Like, the
Mhm.
economy, even like 10, 20 years from now, is going to be so different. And that's why I think, like, as business owners, we really have to be on our toes, and there's no way that we're going to be able to, like, it's unlikely that we're going to be able to totally predict the
Do,
future.
do you have Photoshop currently?
Oh yeah.
Okay, do
Yeah.
you use the regular version or the beta?
No, I have the full Adobe suite.
Yeah, okay, so you have the Creative Suite?
Yeah.
Okay, use Adobe Photoshop Beta. It's in the suite. You have to look for it, and it's not the regular version. It's the beta
Yeah.
version. And in the beta version, you'll find a new AI. They allow you to use the Google's Nano Banana AI, and it's going to blow your mind at what its capabilities are graphically.
Sweet. I'll check it out for
Yeah,
sure.
I only use the beta Photoshop now because it has so many features that aren't in the regular version.
That's cool. So, what would what is your thought process behind purchasing new equipment, and, like, do you guys do a lot of your own research, or
Hmm.
to come to conclusions, or do you kind of like consult with the company's sales reps to
Well,
help you kind of like make decisions on things, or are you guys
we
completely
self-educate,
making?
and
Yeah.
we went to the show self-educated, and then got to chat with all the companies.
Mhm.
And we went with a logo jet.
So you were going to the show, were you specifically looking for that equipment?
We
Maybe
specifically wanted to see it.
You wanted to see it, and
I
yeah,
knew, I knew, I knew I
and then you
wanted to see it.
saw it and you're like, okay, yeah, let's
Yeah,
pull the
I had it.
trigger on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing that I do too is joining relevant Facebook groups. You want to be a little bit careful about the people that are being paid to advertise a piece of equipment because
Yeah.
they're not going to say anything bad, just like a salesperson. They're trying to make money, but you want to be a little bit careful of that. Try to find real reviews and real content. Like if you see a brand new machine out and all the YouTube videos about it are really positive,
Yeah.
be a
You
little
gotta be.
mindful of that. But we've made a lot of great connections with other makers, people like you and others, where we can now rely on
The guy that was down from you at Oktoberfest in the corner, Chris Deegan, he sells T-shirts. Do you remember him?
the
He's
Cleveland.
an artist and he sells his Cleveland stuff. He's at a lot of events. He's very
Yeah,
well known.
I vaguely know who you're talking about.
He
Yeah.
sells a lot of T-shirts. Well, his dad sometimes is at his booth, and last year we were there and we became friendly with him. And he is one of the biggest producers of custom golf balls.
Mm.
And he kind of got us started on this road because I told him I wanted to print golf balls on the spot. And he told me that it's not possible. And I said, well, why isn't it? He goes, well, nobody's doing it. And that's a pretty good indication that it's not possible. Well, I wanted to prove him wrong. And I did prove him wrong. It's why we got a certain piece of
Yeah.
equipment. And it was we were pretty much the first on the block with this new piece of equipment, which was a UV printer, but it was just small enough to be, quote, portable if you're really smart about it. It's not very easy to bring it around. It's big. But we started to do that, and sure as heck, we do custom golf balls on the spot.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that. I love when people tell me something like that something's not possible or that's not what
oh,
everybody
I don't when
that's
I hear
not
that, all I can
that's
think
not what
about is
everybody
getting it
else
done,
does.
right?
Yeah,
So
like my dad and I are both big fishermen, and he's kind of in the camp of like he's gonna use what other fishermen are using, and if I show him a bait, the first thing that'll come out of his mouth is like, "Well, I don't know anybody that's using that," and it's like, okay, like what? Well, who cares? Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Whereas like my approach to fishing is way more like I'm gonna keep trying to throw stuff that other guys aren't throwing because the fish haven't seen it before, and when
Hmm.
someone tells me like, oh, that's not gonna work, it's like, okay, well, we'll see about that.
right.
And yeah, my girlfriend's like that too. You tell her she's an engineer, mechanical engineer too, but
Right.
it's like you tell her like, oh, that's not gonna work, and she's like, well, what do you mean it's not gonna work? You know, it's like, how do you know it's not gonna work? So I like that. I like that attitude of figuring it out. So this is a kind of equipment related to like, do you guys um look at a piece of equipment and do you buy it without necessarily having use for it right away, or will you only buy equipment when you know it's going to get used? I'm curious what your answer is.
Well, it
Well, well,
runs the gamut on that
there's
one.
two pieces of equipment that we've purchased that have not even been turned on yet. So that has happened where we bought something with intention and then kind of lost track of getting it up and going, or something happened. But we do try to be intentional because the things that we're purchasing is a big investment,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars,
Many thousands.
many thousands, and so we want it to be used, of course. So.
Well, that UV printer is an interesting story because he was right, uh, essentially, because nothing existed at that time that would allow it to happen except this new piece that just came out. And because we were really the first ones, we even went through a dealer in Cleveland and they hadn't seen it or sold one yet. And we were really the first ones with it. So there was no information or resources out there to help us decide. And we basically had to do it all ourselves. Now I think we know more than the people who,
Oh yeah.
yeah. When we went to the show, we knew more than the guys there about
I
that
get
piece of equipment.
Yeah, I give you a lot of credit for buying like a new piece of equipment
Yeah,
that's like
it was
new
weird.
new technology, because I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like, I'll wait 5 years until they iron out the
It's a
technology
good
and
strategy, but then, you won't be the first on the block with this with that's
100.
with the ability.
You're
Yeah.
100% correct. You're
Yeah, there was
100% correct.
there's something that recently came out, as I don't want to say anything bad about them, but they're marketing to people doing things like that we're doing with the UV printing, and portable. So
Like
that they
very
created
small
they
scale.
created this small UV printer, and everybody's going crazy for it. Gotta get it, and this Kickstarter, and we were able to get some comparison testing. It will run a job in an hour that takes our other printer 5 minutes to do. So you have to,
Our slow printer,
yeah, slow printer.
it's not it's not usable.
So there's definitely new technologies coming out that, like what you said, you need to wait on those guys because
We're
they need to
we're in a
ramp up.
different market position though. We differentiate ourselves from other quote hat bars by having the best and most advanced technologies.
Yeah.
And so we constantly that if that's our value added, we need to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I think too, on that note, like at live shows and stuff, you guys should be like trying to make sure everybody can kind of see your equipment and see how sophisticated the setup is.
Well,
And
we do cover up the names of our equipment because the we put so much research and thought into
yeah,
getting these things to interact, and they're very difficult because, as she said, they all use different software.
I think that's
Um,
smart.
and so we tape over it because there's a lot of copycats.
Oh, for
And
sure.
part of our proprietary uh, technology is that the sort of the logistics of getting all these things together, and it's a symbiosis between all the machines, and that's part of our research. And I don't if someone else wants to try and copy us, we shouldn't make it
Yeah,
too easy.
nah, for sure. I think that's a really good point. Yeah, like for me, like I said, I'm more conservative and wait and see, and like I would love to eventually have a DTG printer that also does DTF, but I really just want to wait until maybe the prices come down, or the machines are like really ironed out, so where they're pretty much like
Well, you would
plug and
like the one
play.
we have. It does both, and
Can it?
we got
But
it
can
at
it do like volume? Can it do like bigger volumes? Because
well,
that's kind of that's kind of I'm trying to like because I toured a big shop in Cleveland, and they had 7 DTG they were the brother GTX
mm,
machines,
we looked at that at
and
the show. They're nice.
and the way he explained it is that they don't really have too many issues with them, and they can do
What,
fairly high volume.
what was our comment on the brother? I forgot what did I not like about it? Can't remember.
Yeah.
There's we have to look at our notes, but we did see the brother, and it's a nice machine. Um, I think there was something about it I didn't like, and I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah, but I also I have a DTF supplier where I get like really good pricing, so it's almost just like, is it even worth it? Right now, it's not worth it. In the future,
mm,
it might be, but like right now, there's just no reason for me to buy like that equipment and just continue to use my supplier because the pricing I get is really good. So,
mm.
Right.
um, yeah. So I guess what do you guys think some short term goals are? So like the next we'll say the next like 12 months. We'll say for like 2026, what would be some like short term goals that you guys have?
Well, we're going to be focused on expanding our influencers list,
Mm-hmm.
and also we're going to concentrate on online sales.
Yeah. Well, you guys are in a unique position too, where there's two of you, and maybe you guys can get to a point where like one of you is like concentrating a little more on sales, and then one of you is concentrating a little more on production, and maybe bringing a VA in. So I think the sales thing, you guys will be able to get that dialed in.
We're
And
looking to take on a salesman.
VA, man,
Yeah, that's why we're
I
interested.
heard
It's not a year.
that's what I've always that's what I've been told is
That would
start.
free us up a lot. Both of us want to be more on the production and technology side as opposed to the sales side.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, but you got to remember too, sales, like I have a motto like that I need to be sales first.
Hmm.
And like if we're not selling anything, we're not going to be able to produce anything.
Hmm.
So, cuz I was very much like only focused on producing things, and then
Mm-hmm.
like hoping that I could make sales, and then I kind of flipped that on its head and turned it around. I was like, I need to be more sales driven and sales first driven, and then worry about production later.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we'll talk more about that stuff
Yeah.
too. What do you think some long term goals are for you for we'll say like the next 5 years,
Well,
like.
my long-term goal is for this to be our full-time job.
Yeah.
So
Are you still working full time as an
yeah,
engineer?
still working full-time. And so it's a lot to work full-time and try to grow this business. Um,
Oh, trust me, I fully understand. Yeah. I
it's
mean,
fun
I'm
though. I mean, you learn things that are you can translate, to from corporate world to running your own business. But just the energy and time that it takes is uh, is exhausting.
Yeah, and you kind of learn what your real limitations are.
Yeah.
How
Yep.
much can I actually work in one week without,
Right.
like, for me, I have like a hard limit. Like,
Mhm.
I have like a hard limit of how much I can actually work in one week, and to the
Mhm.
when I say a hard limit, I mean like my brain just like shuts off, and I just like cannot do anymore.
Mhm.
So I know that feeling of, I'm kind of the same way. I really can't wait until I can just like, I feel like I'm committed to this full time, but I do still have other obligations. It will be really nice. It'll be nice to just have like Saturdays off, to like
Right.
to just be able to actually take Saturdays and Sundays off and like
We
not
don't
work
have
or
we don't have a free Saturday for the next two
no.
months.
Mm.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's like, I'm so used to Saturday's just another work day for me. Sundays
Yeah.
are off. I have like a rule, like I'll work maybe a little bit on Sunday morning, but like my Sundays are like, I really need Sundays as like a day of
Yeah, we
rest,
don't
and
even
like,
have a Sunday for the next 2 months.
yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna be
think
Yeah.
going
we'll
for the
I
next
think
two
we'll
months.
yeah, I think we'll get there. So what's left for the rest of 2025 here, going into Christmas? What do you guys got left?
We got a
Um
couple small shows. We'll be in Avon Lake High School this Saturday for
okay.
Christmas at the lake, and then
Which, by the way, is an excellent show if you were ever interested.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
it's,
I
it's
do
an
these
inexpensive show to get in, and it's a really nice show. A lot of people and a lot of people who buy.
yeah, oh yeah. Maybe I'll look into that. But I do Normandy, so the I do Valley Forge High School show, Mid Park High School show, Normandy High School show, North Royalton High School show. So yeah, I do all these like high school fundraiser PTA craft shows, and
hmm
they're
Oh
insane.
wow, the North Royalton hat that we made was one of my favorites.
hmm
Do you want to see that?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the picture.
and then at the 13th and 14th we'll be at the Saint Nick craft show in Seven Hills.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay, all right,
Oh,
awesome.
awesome.
Then we'll see you. And
Yeah,
we
I have a
can,
small table there, but we're gonna be
nice.
small but mighty.
She gave us a 10 by 20, so.
She's great, Lisa. She was a guest
Really?
on the show.
No,
Oh,
we didn't
oh
know.
wait. No,
Did you know
might
that?
have.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
she was
love
a
Lisa.
guest.
She's a very nice lady and
She's
takes
amazing.
care of her people.
Well, we had an issue at her show last year.
Unrelated to Lisa, but there's bad weather and we were one of the vendors outside and
Yeah, it's not.
it's no
Yeah.
bueno. So we said, please can we be inside this year? So she got us an inside spot.
Oh, by the way, here's the hat that girl couldn't get at Lids. Let's see if you can see this.
No,
Oh
you
God,
can't see it, Freddie.
that's not gonna work.
No.
Darn. Never mind.
Sorry, guys.
Shoot.
Technology's not good enough.
Yeah, next time we'll have things ready to share on the screen. So we got those couple local shows. We were recruited for a big pet show in January in New Jersey, one of the biggest pet shows on the East Coast.
Well, that's awesome because usually Januaries are pretty dead. So if you guys can get something going in January,
Yeah. Well,
try
and
and get me. I'll
I
come
think our
print T-shirts. I need a January show.
well January is actually going to be crazy. So we'll be in New Jersey, and then we're going to try to get into the boat show at the IX Center, and
Oh,
then
sweet.
we will be at Today's Bride at the IX Center at the end of January. That one's a good show for getting in front of brides for booking weddings.
Ooh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's that's a good idea.
Very
So
expensive show, but
But
it's a good show.
what's interesting is we sell our stuff at the show. Most people who are vendors there, they go just to get the bookings,
yeah,
but we wind up having it free for us to go there and try and get bookings because we sell our stuff.
yeah,
And people wind up buying a lot. You know, we
Yeah.
do a lot of vendors at all these shows.
Hmm.
We wind up doing a lot of vendors, hats, and merch at these shows.
Well, because a lot of the other vendors are other small businesses like us, and they can't just get one custom hat.
Or five.
gotcha. Well, that's
We get
awesome that you guys are booked in January because I need to try and find something in
Yeah.
January and February, so
Yeah.
we can
Well, the
we can
thing,
talk more about that
one
too.
thing to think about though for like booking festivals like this in January and February, it's sort of a crapshoot if people will be buying because we're just coming out of Christmas. So it's
Exactly.
still
Yeah.
that like point of sale, hoping that they buy, where we need to really try to book be booked, those types of events in those months.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about that we didn't bring up?
No.
I'm not sure. I think it'll be cool if you come out to the shop sometime. Maybe we do a video there and
I want you to
I'd
see
love
the new
to.
machines.
yeah, see the machines, maybe do a demo. That'll be cool.
I'd love to. If I come out to Avon Lake, we have to go to Jake's on the Lake.
We like Jake's.
It's right. It's
Right next to us.
right
Yeah.
next to us.
We can
All
go.
right, perfect.
Walkable. Mhm.
That's great. So you guys can buy me dinner. That's awesome.
Here we go.
Yes.
We'll take you out.
That was
Nah,
the first place I went to for a meal coming from New Jersey, where that's my home state. But I'm like, I grew up 6 miles west of Manhattan.
so
And
was it cool for you moving to Cleveland and like being on the lake? Do you think the lake is cool, or
I
were
like
you
the
not
lake.
were you not impressed by it?
Well, I
'Cause it's
spent
big.
I spent
It's it,
summers in Lake George, which is in New York, and I guess you don't know.
yeah,
And that's called the Queen of the American Lakes. It's
dude.
really
Lake
beautiful lake.
New York State just is in general just like beautiful. Like upstate New York. I
It's
love New York
upstate New York.
City.
Yeah, it's upstate New York, Lake George. So that was what I was used to. This is it's just big.
Sometimes it feels like an ocean
It
because
does.
you look out, you don't see
There's
anything.
not a lot of boating activity on Lake Erie.
Well, there is a lot, but the lake is so big that
You
you
just
just
don't
don't
see
see
it.
it as
Yeah,
much.
there's no islands or anything. There, and for whatever
Yeah,
reason,
there are. There's islands out west.
out west, yeah, we go to Put in Bay.
Yeah, we've been there.
I like that.
It was nice.
I like the pool. I like the pool bars at Put in Bay. They're entertaining.
That's some good people
Very
watching.
fun. Very fun people watching. Yeah. So
Yeah. But I was like the prices of like Jake's on the Lake. I couldn't believe it. It
you
was
couldn't
shock.
believe how cheap the food was.
Yeah, it was a shock. Like that, I went from New York
Yeah.
City prices.
He goes, they missed something on the bill. I'm like, no, they didn't.
Nah, this is Ohio, bro. Like,
This is. I thought it was like free food.
welcome to Ohio. Yeah, and it's
We
good
had,
food. It's like good.
free drinks, 2 dinners,
Appetizer.
appetizers, and it came to like $47. I'm like, wow, dude, what?
Yeah, you gotta love it, dude. I love living here. It's the best. But Jake's is good. My sister worked there in high school, and for years and years, I don't know. I had to look next time we go, but there's like a chalkboard menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there.
My sister's boyfriend in high school drew that, but I don't know if it's the same one from 15 years ago. I'd have to look and see. Anything I always ask, something new I've been asking my guests. Is there anything you wanted to ask me about? Anything about me or my business or anything?
I want to hear more about your music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's actually funny you say that because Daybreak, not a lot of people know this, but Daybreak was actually a band like back in like what year is that, 2018 or so. We had a small 3-piece, like basically like a grunge band, heavy metal band. We didn't really like get to the point where we recorded anything in like a legit studio. We just recorded some low quality demos and stuff like that. Played a few shows, and then we kind of broke it up. I play guitar. I grew up playing guitar. I grew up playing guitar a little bit, and then didn't really play much for a while. And then after I graduated college and got some money, I started buying guitars and music equipment again. And
What was your degree in?
So I went to Tri-C School of Nursing, and I'm a surgical nurse. Well, I'm a critical care nurse by trade, like not by trade. What I mean is like, I spent most of the beginning of my career and most of my career in critical care, working in ICUs and emergency rooms and stuff like that, and switched over to surgery like 3 years ago. And but I was in the ICU during COVID and doing all that and stuff, and then kind of coming out of COVID, towards the end of COVID is when I started this business. And the nice thing about healthcare and in my career is I work part-time technically, and I still get health insurance.
That's
so
great.
I can work part-time, and then I can work on this business, and kind of do both at the same time. Not everybody can do that with their careers. My girlfriend is a engineer, and she's kind of stuck working full-time, and that presents a lot of challenges because it's harder for her to work on her personal training business. She just doesn't have a lot of time to do it. So,
Right.
yeah. So yeah. And I don't really know if I'm going to start another band. I have music, like I have different music that I've written that's different from, the stuff that I used to write was more, just a little bit different. And so I definitely have some music and some songs and stuff that I've worked on, but just, being in a band is stressful, and being the front man and lead songwriter of a band it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work actually. And coordinating, getting bandmates together for practice and everything is challenging. But yeah, we'll see what the future holds if I start another band and want to kind of give it another go. We'll see about all that. Not
I'm
really
teaching her how to
sure
play
right now.
piano.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
piano's great. Piano's a
Teach
great
her.
instrument. Yeah, I learned piano growing up. I think I learned how to read piano music before I could read words. Actually, I think
That's
we
awesome.
were playing piano from a really young age. And yeah, it's kind of like the piano to me is kind of like it's almost like the master instrument in a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To me, I kind of look at it as like a master universal kind of instrument. And the way the keyboard is laid out, it's like it's chronological or it's linear. All the notes are right there in front of you. And it's a really like great thing for young people and kids to like, learn music and learn how to play an instrument and stuff like that. Plus it's
I
just,
I was born playing. I have no recollection of life before playing music.
yeah,
My,
that's
my
great.
mother my mother's she's got a master's in piano. Um, and my father was also, he's a lawyer, but they met playing piano. So like my entire family were all musicians. And
Yeah, to me, like one of the best musical sounds in the world is like a grand piano mic'd up properly, and just like the richness and the deepness of a grand piano is just like there's just nothing like it. Like, are you a fan of Radiohead at all?
That's his favorite band.
Are you serious?
yeah, I'm a Rabbit fan. I can play
Dude,
I could go guitar, bass, piano through most of their albums and just take you
Because
through everything.
well, that's amazing, dude. Because I'm not the exact. I can't play all their stuff, but I'm like a psychotic Radiohead fan.
That's so
Oh,
And
funny.
now you guys are best friends.
Yeah. No, you hear their new stuff? They've been playing in Europe, and I can't wait
are
till
they
they come
playing
here.
new? Are they playing new songs?
No, but they're playing.
Yeah, but
So
Tom York's the stuff that he's done on piano is just like
I
unbelievable.
I know everything. I can
Like
play.
so
Yep,
you can play it like you can play like the piano version of like Spinning Plates.
I do play the piano version of Spinning Plates.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Okay, I can't wait to come over and we can.
oh my God. I could take you, I could play all of OK Computer for you. Go from piano, guitar to bass.
That's amazing, dude. It's crazy. I saw a picture of Johnny Greenwood's pedal board, and he's using right now. He and I are using the exact same overdrive and fuzz pedal from Earthquaker Devices down in Akron.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like blown away that me and him are using the exact
That's
same thing.
fantastic.
It
I'm
made
gonna
me
make
feel.
you really jealous. Are you
It made
ready?
me feel. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I saw them live in 1997 at Radio City Music Hall for OK Computer.
Man, that's wild. Well, I'll make you more jealous. I saw him in Scotland
Oh,
playing an outdoor festival in Glasgow
hmm.
with like 20,000 people. It was epic, dude. I mean, the sound wasn't great. Um the sound was decent. But it like it's an open air festival, so it's like, it's only going to be so good.
Probably
Um
seen them 20 to 30 times, somewhere in there.
dude,
I've,
I
I've
could
been
talk
just go all around. I go follow them.
He's
man,
a
I could talk Radiohead with you forever. But
That's
so I
funny.
have
I'm
some
so glad you like Radiohead.
yeah, dude, that's awesome. So I have some fun questions for you guys. Um, these are just like some would you rather's.
yeah.
Um, and we'll start. The first one is California or New York State.
Where in California?
Nah, just
Okay. Then
California
New
in
York.
general or New York State in general.
New York, probably. I know.
I kind of want to move to San Diego.
Well, if San Diego's on the table, then San Diego. If
San
anywhere else,
Diego is amazing.
anywhere else in California, no.
Probably not Northern California for me, but I
That
like New
one,
York too. Mhm.
I'm gonna go New York State just because I'm an East Coast guy
Me too.
personally.
Mhm.
I love New York City is my favorite place, my favorite city. I'll say my favorite city in the world, and upstate New York is just beautiful
Well,
and fun.
you. So I spent 5 years in Lincoln Center at Juilliard and Fordham, and that was just such a fantastic time period.
Yeah, I love
I
New
would
York
just,
City.
I would just play music all day long.
I do love California. I don't love like some things about
Oh,
California.
I don't like a lot of things about it. Two of my best friends are there in LA, and actually one of them went out there. He got signed to Capitol, and he had two albums come out, but he's sort of a self-destructive guy. And
Yeah,
that story, they dropped him after the second.
that sucks. Yeah, California has a lot of really great things about it. But
Climate-wise, I'm Italian. I'm from Sicily. My family's from Sicily on the Mediterranean, and so San Diego's a very similar climate to South Sicily, and
yeah,
so I think I do pretty good there.
yeah, it's a cool town. It's probably one of my. It's like definitely a top 5 city for me. San
But I
Diego.
miss New York.
Yeah, I bet New York's great. Um, let's see. So like a summer event or a winter event?
Summer.
Summer. Uh,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
only be like 'cause so winter, you're probably gonna be inside. But on a day like this, loading the trailer
it's
is
challenging.
horrible. Driving the trailer in this weather that we got today, I'm afraid of what we're gonna get on our trip to New Jersey with an 18-foot trailer in
Yeah.
January.
Just
Just for the
just take it easy.
yeah, just for
Yeah, stay.
the travel aspect, I think summer.
We have portable air conditioning units, so when we're at outdoor events in the summer, we're kind of cool.
For
We
me,
brought
yeah.
Well,
For
our
me it's
equipment needs.
winter. Like, yeah, for me it's winter all day. I can't stand the heat. I'm not a big fan of outdoor shows cuz you're either going to be like profusely sweating or getting rained on or
Yeah.
both.
Last
Um
year at Lisa's show, she put us outside, and it turned out to be one of the coldest days of the year, and we couldn't even our machines just stopped working, so
oh
we
boy,
had to close up shop.
that
Yeah.
sucks.
I mean,
So,
we have had bad experiences in the summer too, like you said, the rain, and
Hmm.
we had really dusty at the fairgrounds during the county fair.
Where
Um,
we got shot at.
and we got shot at that one.
you
So
got shot at?
Yeah, there was
Oh,
a
at the fair there was a
at the
yeah
shooting.
Cuyahoga.
yeah it
Was
was
that by you guys?
yeah
Yes.
That's terrifying.
yeah we got our booth got stampeded.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I had to go into protection mode.
Yeah, I don't do the fair anymore. It's
Yeah,
too
Yeah, we're
we'll
not
long
doing
probably
it
and
we won't
anymore.
go back.
not the best crowd.
Mm.
Um,
It's a lot of people, but they don't buy anything.
yeah, not the best
We did
crowd.
okay. We made our
We
money.
made
We
good
made
money.
money, but that shooting left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It was scary.
So I'm gonna ask. I have to ask. We're gonna do like. We're gonna do like. Okay, so like OK Computer or Kid A.
Oh, oh God.
I know it's a brutal question.
Mm. It depends on the day. Today, I'll say
Yeah,
Kid A.
yeah. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say OK Computer just because I feel like the back end of Kid A doesn't hold up as well as to OK Computer seems to be like just solid all the way
And
throughout.
Paranoid Androids have got to be on my top 5 list. So
So then I'm gonna go like post Kid A and I'm gonna ask In Rainbows or a moon shaped pool.
In Rainbows over in Moonshaped Pool.
Dude,
I have
In
a tougher
Rainbows.
choice between uh, Hail to the Thief and In Rainbows. That to me is a closer call.
Dude, In Rainbows for me is like just you want to talk like they say like OK Computer is perfection and
I
I
think
can
In
get
Rainbows is perfection. Yeah.
I can get behind OK Computer being like really good, but I really feel like In Rainbows is like perfection.
It's
Like,
perfection. I know. Obviously, you've heard the In the Basement version.
oh my god, I was listening to it yesterday.
Mhm.
I had, well, this isn't on In Rainbows, but I was listening to the In the Basement version of Where I End and You Begin, which is like my favorite Radiohead song,
Love it.
and like
Yeah, it's a great song.
the bass line in that song is just like
Yeah.
unreal.
He's
Dude.
Colin Greenwood is a underrated bass player.
He is, and from my understanding, he's the glue of that band.
He is.
Like, from what I've heard, is like he's like the peacekeeper in the band. And there's people that say if he wasn't around, like the band might not have made it as far as they have because he's quelled a lot of beef between people. You would think if I were to, I would think it was Ed O'Brien was the peacekeeper in the band.
He seems like a real nice guy.
Because he seems like real like hey guys, let's just like chill out. But apparently it's been Colin that's been like the peacekeeper and like kept the guys together and kept the peace. But In Rainbows is what got me into Radiohead. So like, I started listening to Radiohead like I think like a little bit younger than you guys. I'm 33 and I started listening to Radiohead in 2007 when I was 14 or 15. And the first Radiohead album that my friend was like, dude, you got to listen to this album. Like, listen to In Rainbows. It's like amazing. And we were like huge metalheads. Like, I was like a huge metalhead, punk rocker. Like, I didn't listen to like, quote unquote, like any like sissy music or whatever. But me and my buddies that were like huge metalheads, we were obsessed with Radiohead. Like, because it's like we knew what good music was, and yeah, In Rainbows was what really got me into Radiohead, and then it kind of like, and then I kind of went back. I didn't really go like I didn't even really like discover OK Computer until like later on, because I listened to like In Rainbows and like Hail to the Thief like crazy, and then and then I got into like King of Limbs when that was released in 2011, and then I kind of backtracked and got really into like Kid A and then OK Computer and stuff like
my
that.
journey started earlier. I remember the first time I heard Creep on the radio way back when, and I loved it, but I passed them off as a one-hit wonder,
Yeah, of course.
like a lot of people did. So I never bought Pablo Honey until much later. But I took a good look at them during the bends, and still I loved it, and there was some great stuff on there. But it wasn't until that concert, that was the first time I saw them in '97 for OK Computer, that I realized how wonderful they are. Like, you need to see them live. They are a live band. It's better live than their albums.
Yeah.
They played OK Computer front to back, like you're listening to the album, and it was better, and it was a magic experience for me. I became a fan. Like, that's when I became a true fan. That concert.
Did they play True Love Waits at that show?
No.
Because that track wasn't on. So. I don't think it was on OK Computer. I don't even know.
No, they didn't do. They didn't.
That was an unreleased track.
They didn't do B-sides at that concert.
That was an unreleased track that I don't think they officially released until I'm looking this. I have to look this up real quick. Mm-hmm. They didn't release it until A Moon-Shaped Pool, which, by the way, A Moon-Shaped Pool again is just like amazing. Like, it was way snoozier. Like, you could tell it like you could tell like, okay, these guys, you know, they're a little bit older now, and like, but the album it's just still like so good, you know, like it's just amazing. It's like perfect music, you know, and well, that's cool, man. I'm glad I could talk about Radiohead all day long.
Me too. But, trust me.
Yeah, so
I've been introducing her to a lot of it, because we're gonna go see them obviously when they come around.
Well, we'll have to go with you. Me and my girlfriend will go with you guys, and we'll plan it out. We'll plan it out. We'll make it like a trip out of it for sure.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Because my girlfriend's a huge Radiohead fan too. So, all right, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Neither for me.
Neither.
I drink iced tea with no sugar.
He's got to do ultra.
I buy Monster by the case.
Oh, I do too. I've got it on Amazon subscription.
She's grumpy without her Monsters.
Yeah, seriously. I'm like one a day at least in the morning first thing. And then cheeseburger or pizza.
Oh.
Don't do that to us. Oh, man.
Again, this is so hard. Like, it just depends on what you have a taste for.
New York style pizza.
Well, what's the day? I think pizza for me too.
I'm gonna have to go with cheeseburgers.
It's close call.
When we go out, if he's not sure what to get, he's cheeseburger.
I love cheeseburgers.
I make good ones.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, there's like, you can mess up a cheeseburger just like you can mess up pizza. But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate
I thought this fulfilled all of my expectations. I'm really happy that we had a great conversation. Why don't you guys? Our
machine will be up and running in the next week. So
after next Wednesday,
you should come.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. I'm so slammed right now with the holidays and these shows, I think, and what we'll do is this January or February, I'll make a point to come out and we'll go to Jake's on the Lake and I'll check out all the equipment and stuff.
Yeah,
Does that
that'd be
sound like
great.
a plan? Maybe my girlfriend can come too and we can just like make a day out of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there's a gym in the shop too, so we can all work out.
Sweet. I want to see the dogs too.
Yeah, they're crazy. Well, you can see two of three. One is very aggressive, unfortunately.
No, she's not aggressive. She's just crazy and
It does not like strangers.
intimidated and
Well, my
she's
one girlfriend's cat put me in the hospital, so
a cat.
I'm not shitting you. Put me in the hospital. Almost lost my hand.
Would you get cat scratch fever or something?
He was trying to fight outside and I grabbed him and was walking him back to the house and then he just completely mauled my wrist and like bit me really bad and I got a really bad infection in my
Yep.
wrist and in my hand and I was on like IV antibiotics at work. Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, I stopped down in the emergency department after work and I was like, and I thought they would just give me like oral antibiotics and I'd go home and he's like, no, you need to stay. So then I'm like upstairs, like, like all my coworkers are like coming to see me and stuff. I was like, you guys are breaking my privacy laws right now. Leave me alone. Nah,
Wow.
I was exaggerating when I said I almost lost my hand. But yeah, no, it was a gnarly infection. He's a good boy though. We're buddies now.
Yeah, well, that's the first time I met Lolo. She's a rescue. She bit me,
Oh, he
Okay.
was just
and
yeah,
now
he was
she
just
loves me.
he was just all fired up. He was trying to fight and he didn't really know me, so he was scared and so I'm not
Yep.
I don't hold grudges. I don't he's a good boy. His brother's the crankier one. He's always whacking me and getting pissed off at me, so
I hold grudges against Lolo. I bite her every chance I get.
yeah. So go ahead. You know, I know you guys talked about your shows coming up, but go ahead and just shout them out one more time so everyone knows about your upcoming shows and stuff.
Yeah, here in Cleveland, we got the Avon Lake, Christmas at the Lake, December 6th. December 13th and 14th, we'll be at Seven Hills St. Nick show. And then into January, we'll be at the IS Center for the boat show and Today's Bride.
The boat show, that's sweet. Me and my dad will come to the boat show. My dad goes every year, so we'll come see you.
We looked into going to the Fort Lauderdale boat show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
going to be for a little booth, probably about $16,000.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, you have to sell a lot of hats.
So go ahead, shout out your socials and stuff like that too.
So laser focused expressions across the board, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, trying to get our YouTube channel up and going. And then our website is laserfocusedexpressions.com.
That's great, and yeah, I'll obviously supply you guys with like the files for this episode and stuff, so you guys can use it for whatever. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for listening. I thought this was a really good episode. And want to remind everybody to like and subscribe, share the video with your friends, comment, leave a comment, and thank you guys so much. I will catch up with you a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to just stop the show real quick, and then we can catch up afterward real quick.